Hi, I'm Vanessa Lake, trauma therapist and spiritual practitioner. So I understand the heavy energy of my clients healing their pain. I feel it, but I also don't take it home with me. And I don't end my workday exhausted, at least not anymore. And that's what I'm talking about today, something vital to my ability to hold the space for my clients: energy protection. I recently saw some social media posts, and I won't name names. It was saying things like, protection comes from fear. You don't need protection. You're always safe. And I get where that's coming from. The intention is to help people feel empowered. But here's the truth. Teaching people to skip energy protection, especially beginners or healers and empaths, it's like telling a surgeon not to wear gloves because germs don't scare you. It's not only unhelpful, it's dangerous. In this video, I'm going to break down what energy protection actually is, why it's not rooted in fear, and how to do it in a way that feels empowering, not scary. And stick around to the end because I'll share some free resources to help you put this into practice. So this post that I saw, it was saying things like, protection is fear-based. The universe gives you what you resonate with. Law of attraction. By protecting yourself, you're giving your power away. And then right afterwards, the same person offers to teach you to access the Akashic records with no protection. That's a massive red flag. When you open your field to higher frequencies, which is what you do when you access the records, you're also opening your field to energies you might not be ready for. It's not about fear. It's about being informed. It's like opening your front door and saying only love can enter, while ignoring the fact that there's mosquitoes and wild animals. They're not evil, but they're going to come in and make a mess if you don't shut the door. So let's get something straight. Awareness is not attraction. Being aware of something isn't the same as attracting it. You lock your car doors not because you're afraid of thieves, but because you're smart enough to know that thieves exist. You wear a coat in the winter, not because you're afraid of frostbite, but because you know it's cold and it's going to end up hurting your physical body if you don't. You use an oven mitt because you know the pan is hot. Again, it's not fear-based. Energy protection is the same. It's a neutral action based on the information, being informed. You're not feeding fear. You're feeding empowerment. If anything, having good energy boundaries lowers the likelihood of negative experiences. You're putting out the frequency of confidence. I'm confident nobody's breaking into my car because I locked the doors. So I don't have to worry about it. I'm not afraid of it. I'm not stressing about it. I'm not giving it my energy and thereby attracting it. I lock the doors and it's out of my mind and I move on with my day. It's wonderful. So when people are told not to protect themselves, here's what I see happen as a therapist and spiritual practitioner. They start carrying energy that isn't theirs. They feel exhausted, moody, drained, and can't figure out why. They become sponges for other people's pain, anger, anxiety, and trauma. And because they've been told protection is fear-based, they blame themselves. They think, if I were really high vibe, if I was really spiritual, this wouldn't happen. And that's a recipe for burnout, not enlightenment. This isn't just about dark entities either. People in your life who are hurting, friends, family, coworkers, can unconsciously pull on your energy, not out of malice or being evil, but because they're trying to soothe their own pain. If they're in the dark and don't know how to access their own light, they'll try and take yours. Without boundaries, you'll burn out. This is no different than saying yes to every favor, every request, and never saying no. Spiritual protection is saying no to this. It's healthy. It's love in action for yourself and for others. If you told people yes all of the time, they would actually be disempowered. They wouldn't be able to solve their own problems, right? If you're like, oh, I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. They're never going to learn and grow. So you have to be able to say, no, that's spiritual. It's loving. And avoidance doesn't make you safer. When you shove your fear into the subconscious, you're actually giving it more power. It's called suppression. It's like saying being aware of my sadness will only attract more sadness, so I'm just going to avoid feeling it. That's bypassing. And suppressed emotions don't go away. They turn into physical illness or mental health issues over time. Same thing with energy. Refusing to acknowledge siphons, attachments, or darker energies doesn't make them disappear. It makes you easier to drain because you're not conscious of it happening. And that's why I created my YouTube video, Dark Energy 101, Understanding Without Fear, so you can be informed of dark energies out there. Didn't just say evil. And how it can drain you. I share action steps that you can take to prevent their feeding off of your energy. Check out the link in the description. Now let's talk about what protection really is. Protection isn't about saying, I'm powerless, please, some higher being save me. It's about saying, I'm powerful and I choose to work with tools, practices, and allies to strengthen my field. It's the same reason we ask for help or support in real life. Our culture has this toxic belief that asking for help is weakness, right? Independent to a fault. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, do it all on your own. But in reality, asking for help is wisdom and self-love. When I do heavy work, crossing stuck spirits, clearing land of residue trauma, retrieving soul fragments, I always call in my team. Dragons, angels, galactic allies, and not because I'm afraid, because they have a skill set that's different than mine. The way that a dragon protects my field is different than how I do it myself, and differently than from an archangel. That's teamwork. Everybody has their role to play. It's frequency synergy, all working together, and it's powerful. And when I stand side by side with my allies, standing next to a dragon, an archangel, galactic teams, I feel untouchable. Again, that's the frequency of protection, confidence, safety, empowerment. I do not feel weak standing next to a dragon by any means. And this is why I get so fired up about people teaching access to the Akashic records without protection. When you open yourself to higher realms, you're tuning into a big cosmic radio. Without intention and protection, you're basically turning the dial to whatever station comes in first. And that can be false guides, false Akashic records, even false archangels. Not because the universe is bad or scary, but because energy is energy. Just like on Earth, there's scammers, there's imposters, there's the light and the dark. You wouldn't work for free at a job and let your boss use you without pay. So why let darker trickster energies feed off of you like an all-you-can-eat buffet? You wouldn't do that. So here's the bottom line. Energy protection is not fear-based. It's boundary-based. It's self-love. It's empowerment. You don't have to be scared of dark energy, but you do need to be informed because awareness is power. Protection is power. And if you want to start feeling safe, confident, and clear your energy, check out the resources I've linked below because I'm here to give you the tools that you have, so use them. So, my free YouTube video is on daily energy hygiene practice. This is a step-by-step process you can use every day to clear, ground, protect your energy. I have my Reiki-infused daily energy hygiene meditation bundle, which you can use morning and night. They're different meditations, just 5 minutes each, again, to help with that cleansing, clearing, and protecting. My Reiki-infused dark energy clearing meditation specifically for some of those darker energies. Getting yourself cleared and protected and calling in your team. You don't do it alone. And then my Dark Energy 101 guide. It's how to be informed of these energies without being afraid. You deserve to feel safe in your body, safe in your energy, and safe in the spiritual work you do. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. I do not want false information out there of people not protecting themselves and then wondering why they feel like crap or moody and having emotions that aren't even theirs, feeling drained and exhausted, angry at the world, and it's not even theirs. So share this with people that can be helpful too. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. I check them all and respond.